The story begins with a group of explorers, led by Sophia, who are in the Pacific Ocean. Sophia is searching for a large female shark named Lily. Suddenly, an alert comes on their system that the shark is very close. Sophia immediately orders all the divers to dive down and cover the shark from behind. Some divers, including Sophia's husband, Chris, jump into the ocean. After a brief search, they spot a small, dead whale, but no one understands how it died. Chris approaches it and sees shark bite marks on its body. Suddenly, several female sharks emerge, revealing they are all Lily's daughters. Lily herself appears, and everyone is astonished to see her, having doubled in size compared to the previous sighting. 2 months ago, when they first visited Lily, she was 3 meters in size. Now, Lilis has grown to 7 meters in just 2 months. Sophia tells Chris to quickly take a sample so they can learn the secret behind her rapid growth. Chris musters up the courage to approach her to take a sample, but Lilis immediately attacks him. At that moment, Chris and Sophia. The connection is cut off. Sophia, distraught, dives into the sea to search for her husband. As she descends, she finds Chris's severed arm, and there is no sign of any other driver. She realizes they've all become shark food. But she remains determined to get a sample from the shark. She approaches Lyes and attempts to take a sample, but the shark attacks her too. Luckily, Sophia gets caught in a net, but the shark drags her deeper into the ocean. She somehow manages to escape and save herself. 3 years later, we arrive in Paris, where 2 young men are fishing in the Seine River. Suddenly, a bomb is caught in their net. The 2 boys report the bomb to the police. Reporters also arrive upon hearing the news. Then the police arrive and explain to the people that shells and missiles were stored here during World War II. So there is no need to be afraid. Bombs are often found here, and nothing will happen as long as we're here. They reassure the people that the river is safe. Then we arrive at the whale. The conservation center where we see Sophia. Sophia has stopped researching sharks and now teaches children about fish. During a lecture, she realizes some boys are making fun of her. They ask, "Where is that specimen your husband brought? Did that shark kill him and leave only the specimen?" Sophia becomes very sad and leaves the lecture. Just then, a girl, Nora, stops her and says, "I'm your biggest fan. I follow all your research, especially the shark one." Sophia says, "I abandoned all that research the day my husband died. Don't remind me of those days. It hurts me." She starts to leave, but Nora says, "I've discovered that you implanted a tracker device in Lilis's body." Sophia is shocked. Nora takes her to her organization to discuss the details. We learn that Nora has founded an organization to save marine life. She loves sea animals very much. Nora tells Sophia that she has monitored Lily for the past 3 years and says, "Sophia, you might not know that Lily is now in the Seine." Sophia is shocked. She goes and says it's impossible because sharks can't survive in freshwater. Nora explains that climate change and pollution have altered Lily's nature, making her unable to survive in this environment. Our group is trying to send her back to the ocean, otherwise she could die at any moment. Nora says, "I'm going to dove tonight. You come along, Sophia. Let's both watch the shark and take it back to its home." Sophia says, "What dove? Do you think it's that easy? This is too risky. You could lose your life doing this. This isn't just any fish. This is the world's most dangerous shark." Sophia leaves and returns home. She watches videos of her husband's last mission and cries because he told his team he was with them on this mission. She feels guilty because they all died because of her. Elsewhere, we see Nora on a boat on the Seine River with her friend Ben. Nora asks, "Won't you come in with me?" Ben refuses, saying, "Go ahead, I'll take care of you here." Nora goes into the water alone and searches for Lily's body. Meanwhile, we see Lily's movements in the Sophia system. She sees a shark approaching Nora, and calls the police, telling them that Nora went alone into the river to look for the shark. Nora is still searching for the shark. Then she approaches a car with shark attack marks. Just then, she hears a police siren, and realizes the police have reached the river. She immediately jumps out of the water and tries to escape, but the police catch her, as driving is prohibited in this river. Sophia also arrives at the scene and witnesses Nora being arrested. But she can do nothing. She stands near the river all night, tracking Liz's movements. The next day, Nora is still at the police station, unwilling to say anything about why she went into the river. She simply says, "I just went for a bath." The inspector's name is Adil. He says, "You'll only get out of here if you tell the truth, forget about the bathing story." "Do you think I'm stupid?" Nora says, "Listen, I went looking for a shark." Adil laughs, "Are you kidding me? The shark in the river is poisonous water, so where did it come from?" "You think I'm stupid?" Nora says, "Believe me. Do it. I went to look for the shark in the water." But the officer refused to believe it. Meanwhile, Sophia is still at the same spot she was last night. She's watching the shark's movements, feeling nervous and scared because it's so close. Just then, she receives a call from the police station and is summoned to her office. Once there, she learns that the call was made at Nora's request so she can prove that the shark is indeed in the river. Just then, the police find a corpse on the riverbank. Sophia is horrified by the condition of the body, as half of it is missing, as if it had been bitten by a large animal. Sophia says, "This is definitely the work of a shark." She then goes to the police station and gives a female investigator all the information she knows about Lyes. She also explains that this shark is very dangerous. It is not what you think it is, it's growing rapidly, and we need an expert team to take it back to its original habitat. Otherwise, if it remains in the river, it could die at any moment. But Nora suspects that Sophia and the officer are about to kill the shark. So, Nora sets out to save the shark, and the officer orders Sophia and Adil to safely release the shark. It should be taken to the sea. Sophia then arrives at the Seine River with a team of divers to capture the shark. Meanwhile, Nora follows them quietly, observing the shark's movements from a distance. Sophia and her team pinpoint Lily's location using the tracker. The divers quickly put on their suits and enter the river. Nora, fearing they might kill Lyes, immediately calls her friend Ben and asks her to hack the tracker system so the divers can't trace the shark's location. Ben agrees and shuts down the system. Meanwhile, the divers continue searching for Lyes in the water, becoming very close to her. They begin to sense her movement. The tracker suddenly shuts off, preventing them from locating her. They all quickly emerge before the shark kills them. Adil is astonished at how the tracker suddenly shut off and tells Sophia, "I feel like you did all this. I swear, if it's confirmed that you did this, it will be your last day of life." Sophia is angered by his words and leaves. She happens to see Nora from a distance, who has been secretly watching everything. She immediately realizes that she's the one who sabotaged the tracker's system. That night, Adil is talking to his officer and says, "We should put up all the barriers around the river until we reach the shark." She says, "We can't close the river bank because a huge race festival is going to start here in a few days, and we can't cancel it under any circumstances." It turns out that this festival is a major swimming race taking place on the Seine River, featuring the country's most professional swimmers. Obviously, the city mayor won't cancel the festival, as more than $1 billion have been spent on it. Adil becomes deeply disheartened and searches for Sophia, learning everything that happened after her last mission. Her husband and entire team died, and she still blames herself. Adil is deeply saddened that he spoke harshly to her and sent her away angry. The next day, Nora makes a video in which she talks about the cruelty being inflicted on sharks. She says that millions of sharks are killed every year to make beauty products and food for the rich. These creatures deserve a life just like humans. She encourages young people like her to join her organization and help them protect sharks. Help return Lyes to the sea. Surprisingly, the video gets millions of views, and hundreds of young people join his team. All with the same goal, to safely return Lyes to the sea. Then Adil meets Sophia and says, "I'm sorry for my rudeness and I promise to introduce you to the city mayor. Explain everything to him." After which, Adil takes Sophia to meet him. Sophia tells the mayor the whole story and requests that the swimming race be cancelled. But the mayor says that thousands of soldiers will be present, and the festival will start on time. There should be no commotion, Sophia, enraged, says, "This festival must be cancelled." Otherwise, you'll send hundreds of people to their deaths. If they enter the river, Lyes will eat them one by one, and you have no idea that Lyes is the world's most dangerous shark, untamable. The mayor says, "Look, sister, listen clearly, the festival will not be cancelled. The government has spent millions of dollars on this." The mayor then orders the police to kill the shark at any cost. The police ask Sophia for help, and Sophia says, "I'll come up with a plan. We should take him out of the river and take him to the sea. But he won't be killed." She devises a plan to trap the shark using specific frequencies, rendering him unconscious for a while, and then transfer him to the sea. But before the plan can be executed, Ben arrives and admits that he sabotaged the tracker system, and now regrets it. But that's not all. Noura has traced Lyes' location and plans to take him to the sea today. She explains that the shark is currently near the sewerage tank. She tells Sophia and the police to stop Noura, as some young people will be there to support her, and that the area is very dangerous because the sewerage area is so narrow. Sophia says, "It's good you told us this," and assures them that she will save her friend. At night, we see Noura, Ben and the rest of the organization have reached the sewerage area and are preparing for the mission. Ben seems a little nervous, as if she's hiding something. But she says, "I'm just worried about you." Noura then enters the water to prove that sharks aren't dangerous to humans. She waits for Lyes. Just then, Sophia, Adil and the police arrive. They arrive and tell her to get out of the water immediately. But the girl insists she will complete the mission. Sophia yells at her, "What you're doing is wrong. This shark is bigger than you think. It will eat your sonar device and you alive." Just then, Noura spots a shark. Sophia immediately realizes the small shark is Lyes' daughter. But Noura, excited, approaches the shark and tries to touch it so she can locate it with the sonar device. Suddenly, Adil jumps into the water to save Noura. But the shark suddenly becomes enraged, attacks Noura, and swallows her. Instantly, the entire area erupts in panic, and all the young men flee in fear. Their futile plan to save the sharks ends up sinking them. Now, everyone is trying to save themselves. But unfortunately, the space is tight, and many people fall into the water, only to be killed by Lyes and her daughter. Human remains were visible everywhere in the water. The water was red with blood. Swimmers somehow managed to rescue a few people, but most of them had their arms or legs severed. This meant they could only retrieve the remaining body. They arrive. All the injured are then taken to a hospital in Paris. Sophia stands there in shock, unable to believe what has happened. She begins to cry, remembering her husband and her old team. Adil sits beside her and comforts her. A short while later, Adil and Sophia are called to the sewerage area. When they arrive, they find the body of Lyes' daughter. She is taken to the lab so that Sophia can conduct research on her, hoping to find some clues. At that very moment, Sophia discovers that this shark is only 2 months old and pregnant, and Sophia also notices Lyes' increasing growth. Surprisingly, this female shark can reproduce without the need for a male, giving birth on its own without a male. Sophia understands that this shark is a major threat, as Lyes' numbers will increase dramatically in a few months, posing a significant threat to humans. That's why it's crucial to eliminate Lyes and her entire race, or she'll wipe out all of humanity. The next day, Sophia and her team arrive at the mayor's office and give him all the latest information. The mayor is furious, as the mission has failed and the swimming festival is just days away from starting. Only a few hours remain. She insists they kill the shark at any cost. Sophia becomes angry and asks, "Is money more important to you or the lives of others?" The mayor angrily tells her to get out of here, and then she decides that the army will be responsible for killing the shark. Sophia and Adil are sitting in a cafe and talking. Sophia says that if the festival isn't cancelled, it will be a disaster because the mayor is money hungry and will have the competition at any cost. Adil says, "Let's save the world together." They both form a plan to kill the sharks without the mayor. Adil then talks to his friends and asks for their help. All the friends agree and form a team. The first task is to call 2 bomb experts to plant dynamite in the water and use it to kill Lyes. On the day of the festival, Sophia, Adil, and the entire team dive into the river and head towards the sharks, specifically to plant the bomb in their house. Meanwhile, the mayor is opening the fair. He is unaware of Adil and Sophia's plan. The army is also waiting in their boats, ready for any attack. Sophia's team reaches the shark's main habitat and sees thousands of sharks there. Sophia leads her team. She tells them to stop, as sharks are threatened by human activity. Meanwhile, the fair begins, and swimmers jump into the water. Sophia and her team plant bombs among the sharks, and as soon as they're done, everyone tries to climb up. Just then, a shark appears and kills 2 of the team members. Sophia pulls Adil out to help them escape quickly, but the bombs explode quickly. The explosion reverberates, and the rest of the team is waiting for them. Sophia brings Adil up. The team puts him in the boat, as he's injured. Sophia then decides to go down alone to confirm whether Lyes is dead. But when she returns, she discovers that Lyes is still alive. Suddenly, Lyes attacks the boat, knocking the team overboard and killing the entire team. Luckily, Adil and Sophia escape and surface. They then see the shark heading towards the swimmers. So they both jump back into the water to stop it. But it's too late. The sharks have already reached the swimmers and are killing them one by one. In an instant, the river's water turns red. Human remains are floating everywhere. The entire area erupts in screams. The place is filled with cries and chaos. Just then, the army arrives and fires at Lyes, but the bullets have no effect on him. The greatest danger is that numerous bombs are already planted beneath the river. If a bullet hits them, the entire city will be blown up. And then that's what happens, a bullet hits a bomb, causing a massive explosion. The entire city is devastated. The explosion causes a terrifying tsunami that sweeps away the entire city. Many people drown, including Sophia and Adil. Sophia comes to the surface of the water, finds an unconscious Adil, and takes him to safety. They both climb onto a large piece of iron. After a while, Adil regains consciousness and asks, "We made it. The shark is dead, isn't it?" Sophia looks at him. Tears well up in her eyes, but she says nothing. Adil looks around, shocked. The entire city of Paris is submerged, and sharks are swimming everywhere.